See, back when I was younger, if there was one insecurity that used to haunt me for the majority of my life, honestly, it had to have been my height. My height, I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I'm around 5'7" at the moment. That's 171 centimeters to be exact. But I don't have really short parents. I don't have tall parents. My mom's also around like 160 something, and my dad's my height, so I don't have anyone to be tall after. Therefore, when I was always hanging out with other kids, whether if that was primary school or even kindergarten, I used to be the smallest guy there. Almost all the time, I used to be that little gremlin, right? Trying to chase after people and stuff. That kind of became my personality. I started to see me as a short person. And that just became a part of me. That just became a part of who I am. And the amount of times that I gotten made fun of, pretty much bullied, almost bullied, not physically bullied, right? But just dunked on for my looks and just how I was, it affected me. It affected me quite a bit. I got used to this identity of a short guy and all of this talk that I used to hear from others that, oh, it's over for short guys, short guys have no chance in anything. That also affected me quite a bit. It restricted my belief system really hard to a point in which I used to be afraid of starting doing new things. Just because I was afraid of, but what if I'm too short for that? Like, that's legitimately how I used to think, honestly. It was a very, very big restriction for my mind. But at one point, I just got sick of it, right? At one point where the jokes about my height were just getting way too far, I just decided to take matters into my own hands, honestly. To put on top of the fact that I was short, I was also skinny. I was a really, really slim guy. I remember when I was in 2022, I was around probably 15 to 16 years old. No, I had to have been 15. And I remember, whilst I had the same height, I was already 170 centimeters. I weighed a whopping 55 kilograms. I was a skeleton, right? I had no muscle to my size. Also didn't know how to defend myself. So yeah, whilst that was, my height was a very important physical factor, I couldn't really do anything about it. You can't change your height. Obviously, it's genetic. You can try doing some stretches from TikTok that make you taller, but they all pretty much just don't work, right? But what I started doing is I started to focus on the things that I can control. And this is what made a significant difference to me. Because whilst I couldn't really change my height, first things first, the first step was to just accept it. If there's something that you can't change about your body, why pick on it? You were made like this for a reason. Honestly, you gotta grow past your insecurities, right? You gotta be stronger than them. That's why I started to focus on things that I can control. So here I am now. 2 years after I started weightlifting, 1.5 years since I started fighting, since I started to learn boxing and stuff. And honestly, right now, I genuinely don't give a slightest crap about my height. Because first things first, my height's not that bad. I changed my perspective completely. I used to think that just because I'm 5'7", it was over for me. Whilst I know that there's some 4'11" guy out there who's gonna have it even more difficult, right? But here's the thing. I was still able to build an aesthetic body. I was still able to learn how to defend myself if needed. And now, if anybody's gonna come out there and try calling me, oh, look at you short ass. Most of them are as slim as a fucking toothpick, or they have a belly the size of the big angry bird. And they probably don't know how to defend themselves. So, I don't want to be this kind of annoying kid online telling you, oh, I could beat you in a fight, since I'm definitely not the best at boxing. I used to be scared of fighting my whole life, so I'm still dealing with that. Although I'm doing pretty good right now. I got the technique down. I got all of this stuff down. And I just stopped caring about my height. I let go. And honestly, this is the most important thing you have to do with insecurities. You need to let go of those insecurities. Because, when people stop caring about your weak spots, when they stop being your weak spots. I have this one friend of mine, very great guy. I think I even showed him in my videos a few times, but he's shorter than me. He's shorter than me, just by a few centimeters, right? He's right under 170. He always says he's 170, but I'm pretty sure he's like a little bit under, right? But he's way more jacked than I am. Like he's probably around 5'6", maybe even 5'5", but he's like a mini Pekka, bro. He's like he could punch you and knock you into another dimension. Sure, he's not the tallest, but when we play basketball, everybody's scared of guarding him. You know why? Because he's huge. He's humongous. He's enormous. He's just downright massive. What are you gonna do against that guy? You could try like cross him up on the basketball court, but if you run into him, bro, he's like a wall. You know how when you guys who play basketball know what I'm talking about, but there's this thing called setting screens in which as you're running the play, your teammate's standing by the side so that the teammate runs into him. Brother, this dude's so massive that when you try to cross over him, you'll run into him. He's like a walking screen, honestly, dude. It's terrifying. You think he gives a fuck about his height? Not in the slightest, brother. Everybody's afraid of him. Everybody's scared of him. If you had to put yourself in a cage with this dude, bro, you gone. And why does he not care about his height? Because he also focused on the things that he can control. Listen, once you show to somebody that you're okay with something about you, that thing starts to lose its power. That's what matters. Once you truly accept yourself for who you are and you genuinely just stop caring about what others have to say, that's when they just stop annoying you altogether, because you either A, stop paying attention to them, or B, they just get downright bored of it at this point. They're sick of doing it because they know that it's bringing them no results. Here's the thing. Let's put two scenarios. Which one of them would I be more likely, or how would I say this? Okay, let's say that I'm trying to make fun of you. Supposed scenario. Let's say that I'm just trying to make fun of you. I'm trying to annoy you. Which is more likely? Oh, well, how would you respond? Bro, this is so hard to formulate in my mind. Okay, but here's the thing. When would I care more about your insecurity? If A, you overreacted. Let's say I called you short and you was like, oh, no, I'm not short. No, I mean, 4'9" not that bad of a height. Versus B, if you just like didn't give a slightest shit, if it didn't even faze you. I tried calling you short and you said that I look like a twig. Whatever. And now it's like, now you flip the table. Now you turn it on me. And I'm not telling you to go out there and offend people. You get the point. But you gotta be, bro, my brain is lagging today. You gotta embrace your insecurities. Turn them into your biggest strengths. And honestly, I like to believe that a little bit of self-criticism is fine, but never should you ever make yourself the joke of a conversation. So like, you know, I embrace my insecurities. I embrace the fact that I'm short. So oftentimes, not even often, once in a while, I will make a joke about my height if we're talking about something related, right? This just shows that I have enough self-respect to admit to my downsides. And once again, this is showing to them that I don't care about it, right? But what I often see is guys take it to the extreme. They literally use their insecurity as a cover-up for the fact that I don't even know how to say it, bro. Maybe I am just yapping. But oftentimes guys will just make a joke out of themselves whenever they can. Kind of like a defense mechanism, right? In which they just keep making fun out of themselves, further like disgracing their own dignity. Brother, they not laughing with you. They laughing at you because you keep making yourself the clown. You keep making yourself the joke. That's a whole another term. Now we're talking about the class clown, but you get the general motive. You get the general idea. Don't make yourself the joke of the conversation. Having a little bit of, you know, self-criticism is fine. Once in a while, when you make a joke out of yourself, it's cool. It's a very strong trait to have enough self-respect for you to admit to your drawbacks. That's the word. Pretty much it, honestly. It won't take you, a few minutes to do. It will take you a little bit of time to accept yourself for who you are. But this is one of the best long-term investments you can make. Honestly. Nowadays, I genuinely don't give a slightest shit about what others have to say. Honestly. I remember I used to be so afraid of people finding about my channel. Brother, I could let you pick somebody from my contact list and just send them my channel. They're gonna be like, what? And I'm just like, whatever. I've grown past that, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to talk to me directly while skating around the community, bro, what the heck? This video is so unprofessional. If you want to talk to me directly whilst hanging around a community that actually understands your struggles, join the Discord server. Trust me, you will not find a better community than us anywhere else. If you stayed to this point of the video, comment the word basketball. Bro, this silent ball was genuinely one of the best investments I've ever made. It's so fun. Now I can practice basketball in my house without going outside. But all right, you can click all the videos if you want to. You can subscribe as well. That would genuinely mean so much to me. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother, and take care.